Hello there, and welcome to this short practical session on how to save your passwords to the browser. Saving your passwords to the browser is one of the easiest things that you can do to help stay safe online, and it's also one of the most effective things that you can do as well. So this is one of those really good times where, for very little effort, we can do a really good job of keeping ourselves safe online. Saving your passwords to the browser is when you make a strong password for an online account and you let the browser, so this could be Google Chrome, it could be Microsoft Edge, it could be Firefox, anything like that, you let that do the remembering for you, so you don't have to remember it. The reason this is really important is because we've talked in previous videos about having a strong password for your accounts, and we've talked about that being 3 random words put together, and it needs to be quite long. So we're thinking at least 15, 16 characters probably. But there's no problem with it being longer than that. That strong password we can't use on multiple accounts. So we can use a strong password for one account, but we can't use it for anything else. So if that's your email password, you can't use it for social media, for banking, for universal credit, for other benefits, anything like that. You can only use it for your email. Each of those things that I've talked about needs their own unique strong password. And very quickly, we're going to find that we've got too many passwords to remember. The average person, according to research from I think 5 or 6 years ago, had somewhere between 160 and 200 online accounts. And unless you are an incredibly organized person, when you've finished using an online account, you don't close the account down. You just stop using it. But that account's still there. So in the last 5 or 6 years since that research has come out, the number of accounts that the average person has online will have risen. And they just won't be things that we use. But nevertheless, they all need a unique password. It's possible that we can remember 3, 4, maybe 3-word passwords, maybe. But when we start getting up to 160 to 200 passwords, we're never going to remember them all if they're unique. And this is where saving passwords to the browser comes in. It means that we can take the worry of remembering our password away and let the computer remember it for us. So here we are. I'm at the registration page for my.lead, Leeds online learning platform. If you haven't signed up to this already, it's really worth doing. Make a free account and you'll be able to access all of the courses on there, all of the content, and it's really, really good either if you want to upskill yourself or if you're working with other people and it'd be a useful thing for them to do. It's a really great place to go and do that. But enough of the hard sell on this, because we're just thinking about saving passwords to the browser. So as you can see, I've got some details put in already. I've accepted the terms and conditions. I'm going to click Create Account. So I've clicked Create Account. Thank you for registering us. Now, as you can see, I had a box pop up which says Save your password. Your password will autofill the next time and it'll be saved to your Microsoft account. I've got my username and I've got my password. I can either click Save or I can click Not Now. To save your password to the browser, you want to click Save. And that's it. So my details are now saved to Microsoft Edge. I'm going to come to login, and look, they're there already for me. So I can just log in and access any of the 20 plus courses that we've currently got on there, with more coming all the time. Now, that seems like a really easy thing to do, and it is. Having spoken to people for the last few years about saving passwords to the browser, there is definitely a feeling amongst quite a lot of people, understandably, that saving your password to the browser is not something that you want to do. We know that we shouldn't go around telling people our passwords, so why would we save it to the browser? Well, here is another way of thinking about this. When you make an online account, let's say you're doing it with Asda. You want to do a food shop with Asda, and you need to sign up first for an online account. You're going to know your password because you make the password. Asda is going to know your password as well because they need to know your password to verify your identity. Now, it's not someone at the checkout is going to know your password. There, in theory, shouldn't be anybody at Asda who's able to actually check your password or find out your password. It should just be their computer that can do it. But Asda as an entity will have your password. If I then save it to Google or save it to Microsoft, Google and or Microsoft will have my password too. Out of the three of us, Microsoft, Asda, and me, who do you think is the biggest risk when it comes to that password being stolen? Of course, it's me. I am the weak link, but we can't get rid of me because I need to know my password. The next weakest link is Asda. Asda, I'm hoping that they do all sorts of really good stuff to keep your password safe. They might not, but at the end of the day, they are a supermarket and that's their business. I'm sure that they will be doing an awful lot of stuff to keep your password safe, but that's not their big business. The third entity, Microsoft in this case, they will be spending millions, hundreds of millions of dollars every year on keeping your password safe, on the technology that underpins everything to keep your password safe. So actually, when we're saving things to the browser, it can initially feel like it's not something that we want to do. And it's completely understandable because it does feel like you're telling someone you shouldn't do that, but actually it's very, very different. You're not making anything weaker by saving it to the browser. So that is a really short little look at how to save something to the browser. It's a really important thing to do. If you're saving things to the browser, nowadays what's going to happen is you're going to be saving it to either your Google account or your Microsoft account. And the really good thing is, if you've got the same browser on another device, so you've got Microsoft Edge on your laptop and on your phone, if you're signed into the same Google, the same Microsoft account then when you update a password or you make a new account on one, it's going to sync across with the other, and that's really useful. So you can change your password on your laptop, and you'll have that new password readily available on your phone. Really, really great stuff. Thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, do feel free to check out some of the other videos that we've got. Do check out MyLead as well. I'll stick a link in the description below, and you'll be able to find all these courses. Other than that, I look forward to seeing you in our next short little video about some practical skills.